I'm Fara Warner. I'm the new executive director of the Metcalf Institute at the University of Rhode Island. You know, it's both personal and professional. I grew up in Utah and I had two grandparents who were farmers. And they farmed in a place that really you should probably not have farmed in. Eastern Utah, primarily a desert, high mountain desert. And from them, particularly my grandfather, I really gained this appreciation and a deep respect for the earth. I was a business journalist. You know, I was then an editorial director. I ran teams, and I really didn't move into the climate space until a few years ago when I joined Solutions Journalism Network. And it was during that time when I was engaging with a lot of journalists, dozens of journalists over the years, that I recognized that there was a big piece sort of missing from many of them, and that was an understanding of science. So for me, Metcalf is this beautiful combination of journalism and science and communication and the public, and creates this lovely, inclusive, equitable space where we can all be co-collaborators with each other. I think one of the things that is missing, particularly in climate and environment science, is an understanding of where we are in the world today and where we are going. For journalists and the public that they communicate with, and the scientists who are there along with them, is that we have a great responsibility in however we communicate this to not just show the urgency of the issue that we're facing in global climate change, but also show them the agency. What can we do? What is possible? And I think that's the beautiful thing about science, is it's often asking the question of not only what do we need to know, but what is possible. This decade is critical. The changes that we make and the solutions that we implement in this decade will have impact for hundreds, if not thousands of years. So where we sit today for the next 6 years, we have a moment, we have an opportunity. This beautiful planet loves to rebalance and bring itself back into alignment. So the more that we can give to her and to this earth, the more that she will give back to us. This is about all life forms. How has the forest changed around you? What's the garden look like for you this year? Those nasty weeds, I've never seen those before. That bug, I've never noticed before. Those trees seem to be changing later and later in the year. What does that mean? And not think about that as something I can't do anything about, but as something I recognize. And then I ask myself, what can I do? I think one of my first goals is making certain that Metcalf not only retains sort of the foundation that it's built, but we build a global presence and a global profile for Metcalf, along with the University of Rhode Island. And so I think particularly for journalists and scientists is to remember that we are not just communicating and leaving our work there, but that work has impact and it has meaning, and it can create a sense of movement and catalyze communities to take action. I think we have an opportunity at Metcalf to show that our trainings actually drive change. They can make change. And I've met alumni that may have gone through a Metcalf program, you know, a decade ago, and still they're very grounded in what they learned here. And I think we need to be spreading those messages far and wide.